All right, we are in listing season. Welcome. What's up, everybody? W Real Estate Business Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as usual, and we're gonna get rocking and rolling. So, right out of the gate, we hit March with FSBOs last week. Probably the best FSBO script. I will put it against anybody's out there that we were talking about, and so. Here's why I'm so passionate about FSBOs, especially in this market. I was literally on a 3 trainings this week, and I said one of them had 100 people on it. The other ones had a lot less, but I said, how many people in here are actually calling FSBOs? I did not get one person to come up and say, yep, I'm actively calling FSBOs. Why? Because we're getting rewarded for bad behavior. We're selling houses. For the most part, we're selling houses, and we're not being that proactive about our business. It will come back to bite us. All right? So anybody on here, my question to you is this. Are you happy with the amount of listings that you have not only received, but that you have sold so far this year? And truthfully, if the answer is yes, this is probably not going to be for you, okay? However, if you're anything like most people I talk to, the answer is going to be no. I'm not happy with the amount of listings that I've gotten, because even if you claim that you are happy, there's that extra level, right? What more effort could I put forth that I could have gotten more listings from, right? So, talked about for sale by owners last time. Here's what we're going to be talking about this time. I'm bundling a bunch of this together. Expireds, okay? Everybody says, Joel, there are no expireds out there. You're right. There are no expireds. I actually just looked the other day, and so far this month, I think there was 5 in our market. That's it. Just 5. Did you reach out to those 5? No. But here's what people don't realize. I don't want to hang my hat on that. I still want to give forth that effort of those 5, but the money's in the old expireds. The money is truthfully in the 12, 18, 24-month-old expireds. Not a soul is calling those people. And the reason why I want to bring that up and talk to you also about some neighborhood dialing, because the scripting is so similar to each other. So let's first talk about a new expired when it does come on the market. So obviously there are agents that are calling them, okay? But it's to the tune of, I don't know, they're going to get 5 or 6 calls that day, the first day that they actually expire. And truthfully, there's probably a reason why that house expired on the market. But so they get 5 or 6 calls. Think of how many real estate agents are in your market. 2,000, 1,500, 2,500. And if 6 of them are only calling them, that means 6 agents are actually being proactive about their business. And those 6 agents, hopefully you're the 7th, should get rewarded for being proactive. So be one of those agents, okay? So here's the best practice. Now, let me have a disclaimer. I don't want to walk a fine line, because I just got hit with a nice, healthy email regarding my training on Dear Seller letters and Dear Seller videos. I am not going to go down that rabbit hole, because I still disagree with the email that I got, because it's still very vague. And this might be a vague area too, but how about this? Imagine if a house goes expired and you send out a text to them at 7:30 a.m. First of all, you got to get out of bed. Send a text at 7:30 a.m. that says, hey, it's Joel over at eXp Realty. Just wanted to let you know or give you the heads up that your home expired last night at midnight, and you're probably going to be getting a lot of calls from agents. So, but I believe I know why your home didn't sell. When's a good time to talk? Think that's being proactive? Think that's being super efficient with your time? Yeah, absolutely it is. So do it. Or at least call them. Be one of the first people to call them. And it's a great script, because this is it. Here, if you're ever wondering, okay, so what's my opening line to an expired? This is it. This is proven. Like, I don't make this scripting up. We beta tested it. We had three ISAs at one time, and we were testing what works and what doesn't work. This is what works. You know, number one, the key is identify yourself. You heard me say it for FSBOs. with every single seller that you talk to that you're looking to obtain their business, always identify yourself. Hey, this is Joe with eXp Realty. And the reason that I'm calling was regarding your listing over there at 123 Main Street. Just want to give you the heads up. It expired last night. I'm sure you're getting called by a lot of real estate agents. But I just was actually curious on, it looked like a beautiful home. Why do you feel the home didn't sell? Or what happened, basically? It's a different approach. They're almost taken back by it. You always hear me talk about the heels and toes method. And what that means is the toes is the aggressor, the alpha of the situation. The heels is the person that's always, answering these questions. So just because you're both leaning in, right? You're both aggressive because they're getting called. And then all of a sudden you hit them with the, hey, I'm just kind of curious. What do you think happened? Why do you think your home didn't sell? It's beautiful. Now they're the ones on their heels. I'm the alpha. I'm taking control and I'm gaining control of that conversation. But you got to put forth the effort. So, I don't know what the number is. I should have looked it up. I apologize. Everybody's market's different, but look how many expireds happen throughout the whole entire month. It's not a scarcity mindset. Too many people have that. It's not the fact that, oh, no, we only get one a week. No, it's about that there's 4 a month. And it's probably more than that, but that's my point, is that look at the long term. What is my monthly goal to try to obtain listings? When we talked about for sale by owner, start small. Let me have 2 conversations with for sale by owners a day, a weekday. Excuse me. That's 10 a week, 40 a month. Are you kidding me? If the skills that you have, talk to 40 for sale by owners, you're bound to get a listing out of that. But we will not put forth that abundance effort. We put forth the scarcity mindset effort, which is, I didn't have luck on Monday, so I'm not going to do it again. No. Forget that. Do it for a month. Put forth the effort. Okay, commit. You have to commit to it. So expireds are the same way. It's a long term. What's the monthly outcome that you're looking for? And then we're going to back it up and just do it every single week. Okay, and it could be just talking to a couple old expireds a day as well. But it's super, super, super easy. You could accomplish it. But the goal is to have these conversations, not to make dials, all right? So we talked about new expireds. Yeah, the basic scripting for that is, truthfully, everybody laughs when I say this. You want to inflict pain in their lives, that they made the worst decision by hiring the wrong real estate agent in the first place. And it's easy. You could just go back and forth, but ask them questions. How was your experience with the other agent? How was the traffic? What did they do to market your home? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your real estate agent on the job that they did? 1 being the absolute worst, 10 being the absolute best. They'll never give them a 10. Your drop close should be a 6. So let me just put it to you this way. So you've obviously seen what the 60% marketing plan looks like. I would love to come over and show you what the 100% marketing plan looks like. So do afternoons or evenings work better for you guys? Lay it out. Got nothing to lose. They're already pissed off. But you have to be calling them. Now, something that I'm very passionate about. The old expireds. This is what nobody's calling them. And it that flows, remember, with the circle dialing, the neighborhood dialing, because it's a very similar script. Sellers are educated. They understand the market. It's my job to kind of remind them about it. So it could be, hey, this is Joel with eXp Realty, and listen, I know it's really weird that I'm giving you a call, but a home or a couple homes just sold in your area, and what this did is it generated a ton of buyers that showed strong interest in your neighborhood. And I'm trying to be super aggressive for my clients, my buyers, and I happen to notice your expired listing that happened a couple years ago, or a year and a half ago, and I'm just kind of curious. Since I am being proactive for these buyers, the market is so hot. Literally, these sellers are getting over asking price. Have you thought about selling your house again? I'm sorry, but everybody who's watching this or is watching the replay, if I were to call you and do that, it's a pretty easy conversation, isn't it? I reminded them about the market. I identified myself, talked about their previous listing, that I'm proactive. Also, it doesn't matter whether I'm proactive, because Here's where sellers used to feel. Proactiveness, it went in line with exclusivity, which went in line with they weren't probably going to get top dollar, if that makes sense. So if they didn't put it out there to the market and there was somebody in somebody's back pocket, everybody would be getting a deal on it, which that's not what sellers want. I reminded them that everybody's getting over asking price right now. Of course, if you price the property properly. So make sure that you are going back and calling the ICP old expireds, okay? What is the ICP? The ideal client profile. You're calling an area and a price range that you want to attract those types of clients from. Okay, I'm not going in an area of $80,000 houses, even here in Cleveland. All right, average sales, well, and the average kind of fluctuates a little. Let's call it about 150, 160,000 here in Cleveland. I'm going to be targeting 225, 250, 300s because that's what I want to attract. It's called working smarter, not harder. Would you rather, hit your goal selling 20 houses or hit your goal selling 48 houses? I'd rather do it hitting 20 houses, knowing that I still have the capacity of doing more. So that's my challenge to you guys. Cherry pick the old expireds and go through them. There's a lot, thousands of them. And then have that goal. What's the goal look like for my old expireds? Because it's different than FSBOs. So you see what I'm doing? I got your FSBO feather in your cap. Now I put your new expireds in there. Now I'm putting your old expireds in there. Got three avenues listings could come from on a monthly basis. That's it. No, it's not it. You got more. But you got to put forth the effort. You've heard me say it 10 times just in the last 10 minutes. So it starts with effort. Silver bullet in real estate is effort. Don't worry about your skill set. Don't worry about your scripting. Don't worry about stumbling over words. Don't worry about you not knowing how to answer some things, because if you don't ever start, it's never going to happen. The best time to start is now. Fail forward, learn from it. And when you do fail, shoot me a message. Joel, got this. I had no idea how to handle this. How do I do this? We'll talk about it. I promise you. So now, so the old expireds, remember, it was hand in hand with the neighborhood dialing. So the neighborhood dialing sounds like this. You got to, first of all, call a neighborhood. Call it with a reason. Okay? Step number 1, do it around just listed or just solds, whether you sold them or not. Yeah. Hey, Joel with eXp Realty, just wanted to let you know that this house, there was a house that just sold in your area. I didn't say I sold it. There was a house that just sold in your area. And the reason for my call is this house actually generated some buyers that showed strong interest in your neighborhood. These houses are going super fast for well over market value right now. And just want to be very proactive and find out, have you ever thought about selling your home? Yeah, there's a low return on the amount of conversations you have. And I'm not talking like as of right now business, there's a lower return, meaning you're going to talk to a lot of people and you're going to have this many that are going to be right now buyers or sellers. However, you got this many that are going to be nurturers and set your future self up for success. So if you remember the goal of all seller conversations, it's to set the appointment or it's to set the nurture. But too many of us focus on the right now business. Focus on it. But have that two, you have that arsenal, okay? Have those two mindsets, constantly going on, okay? I want to set that nurture, but I also want to set that appointment. Identify what it is for them and then do it. So that just listed, just sold. Here's the beauty of the just listed. Hey, it's Joel with eXp Realty. Listen. Just wanted to give you the heads up. There's going to be a sign coming in your neighborhood. So you're probably going to drive by. It's over there on Main Street. Check it out. But the reason for my call is because I wanted to call the neighborhood first. Usually neighbors have people that have shown interest in this in the neighborhood. They have family, friends, loved ones that have wanted to move in here. I wanted to give you first crack at this house. So if you know of anybody looking to purchase in the neighborhood, send them on by. Either give me a call, have them give me a call, or I'm actually hosting an open house this Sunday from noon to 4 feel free. Just tire kick. Come in, take a look at your neighbor's house, bring whoever you want to, have some free cookies, free coffee. I'd love to meet you. Do you guys think that would work? Yeah. It's twofold. You see what I did there? The just listed and then the open house invite. If you're not calling around open houses, which is what I'm going to get into next, you crazy. If you're not doing open houses, you crazy. I don't want to hear this COVID stuff. It works. Just talk with somebody who sold 58 houses last year in COVID, during COVID, and 85% of their business came from open houses. But none of us do them. Why not? Oh, Joel, I don't have any listings. No, but your company does. Trust me, they do. So host open houses, but use the neighborhood dialing in your, put it towards your advantage. Okay? So just listed, just sold, call around open houses, because here's why you call around open houses. You make 3 calls. You should make 3 calls. But I'm gonna err on the side of caution. Let's just say you make 2 and 1 text. Here's how awesome that sounds. You do the scripting that I just gave you. Hey, it's Joel with eXp Realty. You're going to be noticing a sign in your front yard. If you happen to drive by, take a look at it. Here's what's going on. Just listen to this house. But I wanted you to be the first, one of the first people that I call. I always like to call the neighborhoods, let you know that here's the details of this house. So if you know of anybody, push them my way or push them towards the open house. There's the open house invite. So then you get to come on in. Don't worry about it. You know, I mean, come enjoy some coffee. I'm going to have some homemade cookies there or whatever. Then you're going to call them a second time and remind them about the open house. Or shoot them a text. If you want to, like, play that game, I don't want to be that guy to call them 3 times. No problem. I'll match you. Shoot them a text. Hey, it's Joel. Or a video text. Joel, EXP. Remember me? We just had that conversation a little while ago. Hey, just want to remind you that the open house is going to go on today here, in a couple hours. So stop on by. Can't wait to see you. Can't wait to meet you face to face. Wear a mask, right? One of those things. Third call is all that matters. Hey, it's Joel. Remember me? Yeah, I just sold that house. Yeah, sorry you didn't bring your family through in faster than a day because flew off the market, sold for over asking price, significantly over asking price. But here's the challenge that I have now. It generated so many buyers that showed strong interest in your neighborhood. Then, I'm sorry, I got distracted by somebody's comment here. So it generated strong buyers that showed strong interest in your neighborhood. Have you thought about selling your house before? Got top dollar. There we go. Thank you. I didn't even put that in my notes. If you haven't covered it yet, where do we get this phone list? Well, unfortunately, you got to pay for it. Okay, but here's the good news. It's not that expensive, and this is a great topic. So you can get it a couple different places. You can get it from, it's called Vortex, the Red X. Vortex, the Red X. Go look it up. I want to say we pay $118 a month-ish. So, yes, you have to add on the neighborhood search. So let's just call it a total of, I believe, $200 a month. Guys, it's an investment. Truthfully, don't balk at $200 a month if you're going to put forth the effort. So look at it this way: $200 a month at $2,400 a year. Do you think you can sell a house out of these efforts? 1, that'll break you even. Not easy. I promise you. That's how we look at it. What is our ROI on our investment? So Red X is there. It's cool because it gives you this. It gives you other things that I'm going to touch on today too. It gives you FSBOs, expireds, pre-foreclosures, for rent by owners, and then you add on the neighborhood data. You literally could go in, draw a squiggly line around a neighborhood, or you could say, drop a pin and say, I want the nearest 50, 100, 500 houses, and it'll give you all phone numbers associated, sometimes to the tune of 5 numbers per household. It's great. We've beta tested it against other things, and I make nothing at all by selling that. So We beta tested against other products in Cleveland, and that was the one that had the best data. Now, in other markets, Vulcan 7 wins. It's more expensive, but look at it as an investment. If you're going to invest and you're going to put forth zero effort, don't do it. Okay? Be the 3%ers that actually implement. Yes, being part of our group, you get that. You have access to that dashboard. So let's dive into that whole pre-foreclosure for rent by owner. Talk about ninja techniques. Who's calling for rent by owners? Who's calling an investor based on a rental? Nobody. And if you are, I'd love to talk to you. Love to get you on here. How cool would this be? Hey, Joel, eXp Realty. Listen, I was calling regarding your rental over there on Franklin Boulevard, and I actually don't even have somebody interested in renting it. Weird thing enough, I think I might have somebody who wants to buy your rental. So here's the deal. We actually moved we sold a couple rentals, a few rentals actually in your area, and they sold for so far above asking price, it shocked us. And so there's an abundance of buyers out there. I know with the government, what the restriction that they put on you, that you're not allowed to evict somebody for missing rental payments. So have you thought about potentially getting out of the landlord business and just cashing out right now? It's a pseudo for sale by owner call, but it's awesome. Get social proof in there. Remember, if you didn't sell these houses, tell them there's actually a couple houses that sold in the neighborhood for significantly above asking price. Have you thought about getting out of the landlord business? You would be amazed when you remind them of the whole eviction thing. How many landlords would be like, yeah, you know what? It sounds great. But you got to make forth the effort, remember. Also, pre-foreclosures. Target them. You're not calling them saying, hey, it's Joel. I know you're missing your payments. No. They don't even know they're in pre-foreclosure, okay? But you're calling them, letting them know, and doing a circle dial. Hey, listen, the reason for my call, I know it sounds really weird that a real estate agent's calling you, but here's the reason. The market is so hot right now. Like, people are getting the most amount of equity out of their house, the most money in their pocket. We have a bucket of buyers that show strong interest in this area, let alone the rest of the buyers that are in this area. Have you thought about potentially selling before? Because the market, it's the best I've ever seen. Turn it around. And then you're going to find out their motivation. Maybe they truthfully are in pre-foreclosure. So you're going to find that. And what I mean by pre-foreclosure, potentially been missing payments. Okay. We know what the government also put into effect with people that are missing payments. That 12-month relief is coming up right now, March, because that's when the pandemic started. March, April, May, June, July. So you're going to start seeing an influx in listings, hopefully, because the bank is renegotiating right now with the people that started missing their payments. Be on top of your game. Be proactive. Okay? They're missing their payments for a reason. So home evaluations. Bring up this all the time. You all have a home evaluation link with your CRM, with the brokerage that you're at, with whomever, for the most part. 99 out of 100 agents have a home evaluation link. Your own home evaluation link. Use it. Go buy a catchy URL, joelsellsohio.com, whatever it is. And then plug it out there. Forward that URL to your home evaluation site. I just talked with an agent, I believe on Monday, and she was talking to me just a little bit, and I was picking her brain. She's with a different brokerage, and she was, and I'm not saying this is the answer, okay? But this is a great idea. And I helped her with a catchy URL that for some reason was still available out there. And she used that URL and forward it to her home evaluation. She put out great ads on social media, basically saying, hey, thinking about selling? Great, congratulations. Call me. If you don't know, when you're thinking about, if you are thinking about selling, but the timing's just not right, and you just want to get the process started, go to my free home evaluation link. And it was a catchy URL that pushed people there. And within the first day, I can't remember, she texted me and said, I just got 8 registrations within the first day. But if you're not putting forth that effort, and I'm going to talk about what the scripting sounds like next, if you're not putting forth that effort, you're going to lose every time. You can't sit back and cry tears and lick your wounds because you don't have listings if you're not trying to get them. We all want listings, right? But no one's willing to put forth that effort because it's aggressive. I tell everybody this: you got the comfort circle and you got the uncomfortable circle, but they overlap right there. That's the area, that's the little wedge you want to live in, the overlapping between comfort and uncomfort. Okay? Be comfortable having that conversation, and you won't get comfortable until you do it over and over and over again. But get uncomfortable to try to learn it. But then what you're going to find out is make your goals so attainable that the success is inevitable. Okay, by setting yourself up for success, having those couple conversations a day in each little area. So imagine you're having a couple for sale by owner conversations, right? You're having a couple expired conversations. You're doing a couple circle dialing conversations, just listed, just sold, that kind of stuff. You got a couple for rent by owner conversations. You can have see what I'm doing? Pretty soon, you're going to be having 10 that's it, just 10 conversations a day. We all do it. You guys all are on the phone or texting your friends. How about you text to fuel your bank account? You know? No. You'd rather, right? That's the comfort circle. You're way over here in the comfort circle as opposed to getting close to that uncomfortable side. Get uncomfortable. Put yourself out there. You know, it's like truthfully, the stuff you put into your business now, you will reap that long-term benefit, okay? So home evaluations is a great thing. And there was something else that I was going to say, but I can't remember. But anyways, put yourself out there also on social media, right? Put some posts about, you know, hey, if you're thinking about selling your house, check out this current market. Check out these homes in this area that have actually sold significantly over asking price. You know, come across as the authority. Put those numbers out there because statistics people see a value of. They know the market's hot. They just don't know how hot. So imagine if you're like, hey, just want to let you guys know, like, for instance, in my area, I live in Medina. So, hey, guys, in Medina, just want to let you know, check this out. Check out these numbers. This is how crazy the market is. Oh, and if you're not doing it via video, it just doesn't work as good. So put a video out there. Just want to let you know how cool this market is right now. There are literally, this time last year, there was 200 active listings. This time this year, there's 16. That's it. And the average list price to sales price is 106%. That means people, if you price your house right, you should expect over asking price for your house. There's no doubt about it if it's a decent product and we prepare it properly. That comes across as the authority, but you're also trying to gain listings from it, okay? Every single message you put out has to have that unique sales proposition. What is of value? What is going to get them to register for you to call them, as opposed to if you're waiting, if you're that agent, and I'm sorry if I'm going to offend somebody, if you're that clown that says, hey, just give me a call, they ain't going to call you. I'd rather say, hey, here's some of value. Just you know, put your information in here and you're going to get this. And then I got their information. They don't have to call me. Then I'm going to call them. So the last thing I want to go over real quick is the home evaluation script. The best script out there. Once again, I will put this against anybody's. I know I say that all the time, but I truthfully feel that we have modified these scripts enough to be the best of the best. It's called the broad specific script. You've probably heard me talk about this before, but hear me out. So imagine this. Hey, it's Joel over at the home evaluation site. I know you clicked on my link. You were looking for a home evaluation regarding your home over there on Main Street. Listen, the reason for my call was your home evaluation came across my desk, and I noticed that it was a very broad range. It was actually between $225,000 and $330,000. It was over $100,000 range. And so a little red flag came up, and I wanted to personally reach out to you and see, listen, were you looking for that broad range, or you weren't looking for a more specific at maybe what your home would sell for in this current market? Right? Game over. it's a great call because they're like, oh, wait, a red flag. You were actually like, it came across your desk. You're actually doing your job as a real estate agent, unlike most real estate agents. A red flag came up, like you actually reached out to me to see. Wow, it's a different level of customer experience, right? Client experience. So then you're gonna find out their motivation real quick. Yeah, we're just looking. But then once they say we're just looking, I remember that buyers are liars and sellers are worse. They're not lying because they're bad people. They just don't want to deal with it right now. So have that broad, specific script and then talk to them. Cool, because what's going to come out of that? Yeah, you know what? We were actually just talking about selling, but not until summer. Awesome. Bingo. I'm the winner because I got a hold of all of these people right before they raised their hand and tried to dial some real estate agents in their area. I've already identified it. I'm the superhero that comes swooping in, and I win every time virtually because why? Proactive. If you're committed, you make your goals super attainable, you understand what success looks like on a weekly basis, and you're proactive about it, it's a win, win, win. And what will thank you is your bank account, okay? And I know it's not all about the money, everybody, but it helps, okay? So it's all about the client experience, then it's all about the money that you're putting into your pocket. So look at this, view this as an investment, and then you're going to get a return on your investment based on your proactiveness. Okay, so if you guys, also track your stuff. I did all of these trainings this week, and I ended it with this. If you don't know what success looks like every week, you will lose. You will spin your wheels, you will get burnt out, you will get pissed off, you will get overwhelmed, and you will walk yourself out of the industry. You have to know what success is. How easy is that? We use the very elementary tracking system like you've heard. Ready for this one? There is my board full of sticky notes. We use it internally. Our agents use it externally, but that's their scoreboard. So I suggest I gave you about 10 different conversation areas that you have based on sellers. So have 10 conversations a day. Have 2 conversations a day. I don't care what your goal is, but put that up there. Put each week up there, okay? So you got a month. So let's just say the monthly total is you want to have 40 conversations. That's 10 a week. So break it up. Those are your 4 quarters in the football game right there each week. So I know whenever I have a conversation with a seller, whether they tell me to go eat rocks, or if they tell me that, hey, yeah, but we're just still long-term, or if they tell me, yeah, let's go right now, it doesn't matter. I had a conversation. I'm going to go pull my sticky note and put it across the finish line. So I got my micro commitments, my micro goals. Weekly goal, there it is. I know what I got to do on a weekly basis. There's strategy involved. If you're not moving those stickers, do something different. Change your behavior. If you are moving those stickers, maybe our goal is a little low and we need to increase the stickers. So think about that. But set yourself up for success by knowing what success actually looks like and then fueling your business towards that, fueling your calendar towards that on a weekly basis. There you go. That should have been the price of admission right there. Guys, let's roll. You know how to get a hold of me, right? Which hand is it? I always mess this up. Right there. JoelHowell.work. Jump in there. Ask any questions. If you're curious or you're interested in implementing any of this in your business, it is super, super, super easy. I promise you, I am the most realistic person when it comes to this stuff. That's why I talk about little baby micro commitments, baby goals. I also talk about some realistic ways to have conversations with buyers and sellers that work. And all of this stuff works, but it's up to you, your calendar, and your efforts. So if you put forth that, I promise you, I guarantee you, you will live a good life, right? Because if you do the hard things in real estate, you will live an easy life. But if you do the easy things, you will live a hard life, I promise you. So go have a great weekend, guys. Cannot wait. I'm gonna wrap up. I got 2 more episodes in March that we're gonna wrap up with listings. So next week we're gonna hammer it just like we always do. And then the following week we got a great guest speaker coming on that's very successful at the listing game. So wait till you see that. Once again, thank you for the participation. You guys rock on Double Your Real Estate Business, and I will see you next week. Later.